Every animal protein source explained. What it is, how much protein it gives you, and why it matters for your body. Let's go through all of them. Eggs. One of the most complete foods you can eat. A single large egg has about 6 grams of protein, and the quality of that protein is exceptional. Your body absorbs almost all of it. Eggs contain all 9 essential amino acids, which makes them a gold standard in nutrition. The yolk adds healthy fats, choline, and fat-soluble vitamins like a D, N, K2. They support muscle building, keep you full for longer, and help stabilize blood sugar when eaten as part of a balanced meal. Scrambled, boiled, poached, the method doesn't change the nutritional value much. 2 to 3 eggs in the morning can set a strong foundation for the rest of the day. They're affordable, quick to prepare, and work in almost any diet. If you're trying to lose fat or build muscle, eggs are one of the best tools you have. Chicken breast. The most popular lean protein in the fitness world, and for good reason. A 100-gram serving delivers around 31 grams of protein with very little fat. It's low in calories, easy to portion, and works with almost any meal plan. Chicken breast supports muscle growth and recovery, especially when eaten after exercise. It's also filling without heavy, which makes it a strong choice for us. Because it's lean, it can dry out easily. An overcooked a simple marinade or a covered pan makes a big difference. Baked, grilled, or cooked in a skillet, it's one of the most versatile proteins available. For people tracking their intake, chicken breast is reliable and consistent. Not the most exciting food, but few things beat it for pure protein efficiency and simplicity. Salmon, a fatty fish that delivers both high-quality protein and a strong dose of omega-3 fatty acids. A 100-gram serving provides around 25 grams of protein. The omega-3s specifically, EPA and DHA reduce inflammation, support heart health, and play a role in brain function. Salmon is also rich in vitamin D and B12, two nutrients many people don't get enough of. It's more calorie-dense than leaner proteins, but those extra calories come from fat that your body genuinely needs. Salmon promotes satiety, helps regulate hormones, and supports joint health over time. It's one of the few protein sources that also works hard on the metabolic and hormonal side of things. A fillet 2 or 3 times a week is enough to get meaningful benefits. Pan-seared or baked at moderate heat keeps it moist and flavorful without much effort. Tuna, a lean, affordable, and highly practical source of protein. A 100-gram serving of canned tuna in water has around 25 to 30 grams of protein with almost no fat. It's one of the most efficient proteins by calorie, low energy, high return. Tuna is rich in selenium, B vitamins, and niacin, which support metabolism and cellular repair. It's especially useful for people managing their calorie intake while still hitting their protein targets. The convenience factor is real. It requires no cooking and fits into any schedule. Mixed with a little olive oil or avocado, it becomes a complete, satisfying meal. The main caution with tuna is mercury, so eating it every day isn't ideal. 3 to 4 times a week is a reasonable frequency. For meal prep, budget eating, or quick high-protein options, tuna is hard to beat. Greek yogurt. A fermented dairy product with a thick texture and a strong protein profile, a 170-gram serving of plain, full-fat Greek yogurt has around 15 to 17 grams of protein. It also contains probiotics, which support gut health and digestion. The fermentation process makes it easier to digest than regular milk for many people, including those with mild lactose sensitivity. Greek yogurt is high in calcium and phosphorus, which matter for bone strength. It's slow digesting, which means it keeps hunger away for longer, a useful quality for fat loss. It works well as a snack, a breakfast base, or a protein boost added to other foods. Choosing the plain version avoids added sugars that can undermine your goals. Full fat tends to be more satisfying than low fat, and the difference in calories is smaller than most people think. Beef, one of the most nutrient-dense animal proteins available. A 100-gram serving of lean ground beef has around 26 grams of protein, along with iron, zinc, B12, and creatine. All in forms your body absorbs efficiently. The iron in red meat is heme iron, which is far more bioavailable than the iron found in plants. Zinc supports immune function and testosterone production. B12 is essential for energy and nervous system health. Beef is satisfying and filling, which makes it valuable for both muscle gain and fat loss. Leaner cuts like sirloin or tenderloin give you a strong protein-to-fat ratio. Ground beef is flexible and easy to cook in large batches for meal prep. Eaten a few times a week as part of a balanced diet, beef is one of the most complete foods you can put on your plate. Cottage cheese. A soft, mild dairy product that's quietly one of the best protein sources available. A 100-gram serving has around 11 to 14 grams of protein. Mostly from casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually over several hours. This makes cottage cheese especially effective when eaten at night, as it feeds muscle recovery during sleep. It's also low in calories and relatively low in fat, depending on the variety. Cottage cheese is high in calcium, phosphorus, and selenium. It keeps you full without adding much to your calorie count, which is useful during a fat loss phase. The texture isn't for everyone, but blending it into smoothies or mixing it with fruit makes it much more approachable. For people who struggle to hit their protein targets without going over on calories, cottage cheese is a practical and underrated solution. Turkey, a lean white meat that often gets overlooked next to chicken. A 100-gram serving of cooked turkey breast provides around 29 to 30 grams of protein with very low fat content. Turkey is also a notable source of tryptophan, an amino acid that supports serotonin production, which plays a role in mood regulation and sleep quality. It's rich in B vitamins, zinc, and phosphorus. Like chicken breast, turkey supports muscle building and works well in calorie-controlled diets. The fat content is so low that it pairs well with healthy fats added during cooking or in the meal itself. Ground turkey is especially versatile. It adapts to almost any recipe that calls for ground beef, but with fewer calories and less saturated fat. It's a strong, everyday protein that deserves more attention than it typically gets. Sardines, small, often underestimated, but nutritionally powerful. A 100-gram serving of canned sardines delivers around 24 to 25 grams of protein, along with omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, vitamin D, and B12. Because sardines are eaten whole, including the bones, they're one of the rare non-dairy sources of highly absorbable calcium. The omega-3 content supports heart health, reduces inflammation, and helps with brain function over time. They're also one of the most sustainable and affordable protein sources available. The strong flavor is the main barrier for most people, but pairing them with lemon, olive oil, or whole grain crackers makes them much easier to enjoy. Sardines require zero preparation and are shelf-stable for months, which makes them ideal for anyone who wants a reliable, nutrient-dense option without spending much time in the kitchen. Whey protein, a byproduct of cheese production that became one of the most studied supplements in sports nutrition. A standard serving around 30 grams of powder delivers 20 to 25 grams of protein with minimal fat and carbohydrates. Whey is a complete protein with a high leucine content, which directly triggers muscle protein synthesis. It's fast digesting, making it effective when consumed around training. Beyond muscle building, whey supports recovery, helps preserve lean mass during calorie deficits, and can assist with appetite control. It's not a replacement for whole foods, but it's a convenient way to close the gap when hitting protein targets through meals alone is difficult. Mixed with water or milk, blended into a smoothie, or stirred into oats, it integrates easily into most routines. For people with dairy intolerance, isolate versions tend to be better tolerated than concentrate. Shrimp, a lean seafood option with a surprisingly strong nutritional profile. A 100-gram serving of cooked shrimp contains around 24 grams of protein with almost no fat and very few calories. Shrimp is also rich in iodine, selenium, and astaxanthin, an antioxidant that supports skin health and reduces oxidative stress. Despite being high in dietary cholesterol, research consistently shows that shrimp doesn't negatively affect blood cholesterol levels in most people. It cooks in minutes, which makes it one of the fastest high-protein meals you can prepare. The low-calorie density is particularly useful for fat loss phases where volume eating matters. Sautéed in olive oil with garlic or added to salads and rice bowls. Shrimp adds substance and protein without weighing down a meal. It's light, versatile, and often underused by people focused on building a high-protein diet. Liver, the most nutrient-dense food on this list, and arguably one of the most nutrient-dense foods that exists. A 100-gram serving of beef liver contains around 26 grams of protein, along with extraordinary amounts of vitamin A, B12, folate, iron, copper, and CoQ10. No other single food delivers that range of micronutrients in those concentrations. Liver supports energy production, red blood cell formation, immune function, and detoxification, all from a very small serving. It's high in preformed vitamin A, so eating it once or twice a week is enough. More than that regularly isn't necessary and may be excessive for some people. The taste is strong and distinct, which puts many people off. Cooking it with onions, soaking it briefly in milk before cooking, or blending it into ground meat makes it much more palatable. For overall health and micronutrient density, nothing else comes close. If you want a complete guide with the best protein sources organized by goal, fat loss, muscle gain, or general health, the ebook in the description breaks it all down for you. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video.